Hey y'all, welcome to Little House on Metairee's Christmas Marathon. If you are looking for lots and lots of Christmas decorating ideas, you have come to the right place. We're going to start in the living room and decorate a mantle with a beautiful church and nativity theme. Then I will show you how to create this church themed designer looking tree with a budget in mind. After the tree, we will decorate the rest of the living room with this beautiful theme in mind while doing some DIYs along the way to upscale some cheaper decor options. We'll also make a really fun and easy diffuser blend so this room can not only look like Christmas, but it can smell like Christmas. We're going to head into our main bedroom and sprinkle a lot of Christmas in there. We're going to decorate another tree, mantle, even a Santa's desk, and then we'll also incorporate some really fun and easy budget-friendly DIYs in there as well. Lastly, we're going to head outside and decorate one of my favorite places, our front porch. We're going to use lots of reds and greens, plaids, and some bells to transform this beautiful porch this Christmas season. Let's head inside and get started. I am so ready to start decorating this mantle. So last year I did a church theme here, and I want to do something similar with more collected churches. And I have this new mirror that is just going to be a great backdrop to it. So I am so excited to get started. So if you are new here to Little House on Metairie, I keep this basic garland up on my mantle pretty much year round because to me it's such a great base to build off of, and I'm able to add layers of garlands or different decor for each holiday. Specifically, Christmas is another great opportunity to just build upon it. So I am putting some cedar garlands that last year I was able to find. I'm slowly trying to collect them because I've had these old garlands for years and that they're just falling apart. So it's really time to update, but I'm going to continue using them until I'm able to get a good new collection. So each year I'm just going to start collecting more and more of them until I'm able to replace my old garlands. They have so many new different ones right now that just look so much more realistic that I would love to switch over to, but this is what I have, so we're just going to make it work. So that's what I'm trying to do right here. I have two of them that I was able to tie together with just some zip ties, and then I'm just kind of placing it over my old garland and wrapping it around with some floral wire again, attaching it to the branches and then to the corner nails that I've had up here for years. So I know right now it looks like a hot mess. I'm just mainly just trying to secure the garland because it's pretty heavy because I'm adding two of them together just to make it really full looking and hide the old garland underneath. So you see, I pretty much keep everything on my garlands as I tuck them away, and you'll notice when I start putting up my other garland throughout the room, I just pretty much take it off, and I don't take any of the picks off unless I need to redo them or just kind of update them or change out the lights. Because they were tucked away and smashed in a bin, I do take the time to fluff them out. Taking your time to fluff and rearrange some of the greenery, it may just be a little time consuming, but it's a step you really don't want to miss. I try to take my time as I do this because I want it to look, again, like I said, as natural as possible. So it's really important, again, to not skip this step. So as you see, I kept these jewels on them. I have had these for at least 10 years. I absolutely love them. I have not grown tired of them. When the lights are on, it just sparkles, and I love the gold tones in them. And to me, they're just so beautiful, and I want to use them again this year. So I'm just tucking them back in their place, the ones that have fallen off the garland. Next, I'm going to add back this little bell that I DIY'd last year. The bells were actually silver, and I spray painted them this gold. And then I just added some little picks to the top. So I'm going to reuse it again right here on the corner of the garland that's draping downwards. I want to tie some ribbon again above the bells this year. So I'm going to just remake a little bow that I'm going to add on top of a bigger bow. and it just kind of got a little bit messed up, so I'm just going to retie and make one really quick. This is the bigger bow that I had already made last year. It's just really simple. It's a 2-loop bow. So I'm just going to reattach that first, and then I'm going to add the little satin one that I just remade on top of it. Now I'm ready to add 6 of our family's stockings here to this side of the mantle. I bought these from Home Goods last year. Of course, we can't forget about our precious fur babies, so I'm going to add 2 of their stockings to this side of the mantle. I also purchased these from Home Goods. Now I'm going to hang this wreath from the mirror. So the mirror was actually bought at Kirkland's, and I decided to go ahead and rehang the wreath that I bought from Walmart last year, and I went ahead and kept the same ribbon that I hung it from. So I'm just going to put it right back up where I had it last year. This is the same ribbon that I attached to the side of the garland and made the larger bow, and now I'm going to go get some more of the satin ribbon and make another smaller bow to attach to the top of this one, trying to mimic the side bow that I made to the garland. To the top of the mantle, I'm ready to add these 2 beautiful candle holders and white pillar candles that I bought from Hobby Lobby this year. So I found these. I actually had probably used some of the picks off of them for another project, but I decided to go ahead and add them right here to the bottom of the ring before I add the pillar candle. I think it's going to be really beautiful, adding just a little bit of more greenery and some pine cones up here. The first church that I am going to add here to the mantle is this beautiful white one that we bought from Hobby Lobby last year. Last year I added a beautiful sign up here that said, "Oh, come let us adore him." I'm not sure if I want to put another sign up here, but I wanted to try this joy one. It matches really well. I bought it from At Home this year, and I love the little manger scene. but I'm going to definitely add this second church and keep it up here. It's one that actually lights up when you open up the little back. You might recognize it from a local consignment shop with me this year for Christmas. I knew it would match really well, nestled up here with the other ones. So if you watch my previous videos, I love to reuse pretty much anything and everything that I can. And these bushes were actually poinsettias, so I took them off to decorate with our tree a couple of years ago, and I kept these stems. So I'm just going to tuck them here. I love the beautiful green color that they have, and I think that they will match really well to hide any of the blocks and the risers that I don't want showing. Now I'm going to just take a couple of these picks I bought from Hobby Lobby. I actually cut them. They were larger picks, and I cut them into smaller pieces. And I'm just going to add them up here just to continue to hide some of the bare spots or some of the areas where the blocks are showing through. And it's just going to bring some extra gold tones here to the top of the mantle. Now I'm just going to tuck 2 of these white poinsettias. They're actually going to be tucked around the room in some garlands and in our tree. So I want to just bring everything together with just this little hint of white poinsettias. I decided to move the sign below. I'll show you that in a little bit where I put it, but I definitely wanted to keep it just very classic up here with the churches and the candles and candle holders. So I definitely decided to go ahead and move the other church to the middle, being it has the white with the natural wood. And then I'm going to place another white church here on this side. This beautiful one came from Big Lots, and it also lights up. Down below is where we have our electric fireplace, and that's where I decided to put this cute joy sign. I'm going to drape this cute garland with the stars. I bought this from Hobby Lobby this year, and I loved the gold tones that they're going to add here to our mantle. So I went and get some batteries so that we can light up the church. And I think it's so beautiful, all lit up. And I love how they have this little elastic piece underneath so that you can just slide the battery compartment inside of it. How convenient is that? Now I'm going to use another one of these leftover stems and take some of the green leaves off. And I'm going to use a couple of little small pine cones here to decorate the bottoms of the churches. I went get one of these candlesticks. I love the gold tones to them, and they have my favorite LED battery operated candles that I bought from Amazon. And the candle holders, I think they came from Hobby Lobby a couple of years ago, but I love how they just look old and vintage. So I think they're going to be a great addition up here. But before I add the second one, I want to go ahead and finish all the little greenery and add the pine cones. for the finishing touches, I just wanted to add back some baskets that I had here out for the fall, and I'm going to put them back again and decorate them really simple for Christmas. So if you watch my previous videos, my husband came home with lots of free home decor and holiday stuff from a friend at work. They were getting rid of a whole bunch of stuff, him and his family. So we were blessed with lots and lots of goodies, and these beautiful baskets were some of the free items. So I'm going to put them back here. So to bring some gold here at the bottom, I added this beautiful gold nativity scene that I bought from Hobby Lobby a couple of years ago. And then I'm just taking some green picks and placing them around the bottom of the manger scene. So I have saved these. If they fall off of wreaths or garlands, I just stick them in a bag so that I can reuse them to decorate with. And I think it'll make a pretty scenery down here. So I am loving the simplicity down here, but I did decide to put 3 faux books next to this joy sign. I had bought this cute Santa Claus gold one from Home Goods this year, and I already had out the other 2 in our living room. Really loving the transformation of our mantle area with the beautiful white churches, hints of gold, and nativity scenes. Thanks for coming along as I decorate our fireplace and mantle for Christmas 2023. So without further ado, friends, let's get to decorating. Last year I did presents on the top of the tree, and this year I wanted to stick with the nativity scene and church themes. So I decided to go and try this star. So Debbie from Your Home, Your Happy Place, thank you so much if you're watching this for giving me this awesome idea. She had decorated this behind her nativity scene, and I thought it was so beautiful. I wanted to see if my husband could remove it, and he was able to do that so that I can use it as a tree topper. Another YouTuber had just used this candle wreath holder as its own, so I am incorporating both, but I'm so sorry I can't source the other YouTube channel because I've watched so many and I can't remember who came up with this really creative idea. So when I decorate a Christmas tree, I like to start at the top. So the reason why I like to do that is for 2 reasons. Number one, once you have everything all beautiful and set on the body of the tree, you don't want to have to lean in and fix a topper. So that's why I like to do the top first. And secondly, it kind of, to me, sets the tone for the rest of the tree. So it's kind of like getting your hair all done when you're all dressed up. Just added 2 candles. I need to go get 2 more, but in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and secure the star in the center, and I'm just using a zip tie to attach it to the tree. Although I think this looks absolutely beautiful on its own, I did decide just to add a few of these gold picks behind the star. So the last thing I'm going to do is fill in a few of these pearl picks behind the star, and then I'm going to put the last 2 candles, and we'll be all done with the tree topper. Next step I like to do is just to add some depth and dimension to the tree, and I do this by tucking in some larger balls or ornaments really deep inside near the trunk. So what this does is draw your eye deeper inside the tree, so everything's not just dangling and dimensional on the outside. So that's what I'm doing here. I am a little disappointed realizing that a lot of my lights are not working. So it's too late to worry about that right now. I'm ready to decorate this tree, so we're just gonna roll with it, and I'll have to doctor it up after Christmas. So if you like to add ribbon to your tree, this would be the next step that I like to do, because you can just kind of place it where you want before filling in with picks or ornaments or all the things. So I found this beautiful ribbon at Walmart this year. I was so impressed with the quality of it. It was a very good price. It looks high end. So if you're adding ribbon to a tree, there's really no right or wrong way to do it. There's so many different methods. Since I have a beautiful top already to the tree, I just want to start with some simple loops and cascade them down the tree. So I'm making sure I have cut floral wire, which is how I attach the ribbon. You want to cut it pretty long, that way you can wrap it around the ribbon and then also have enough space to add it to a tree branch like you would an ornament. So I cut it a good length, maybe about the size of my hand, and then next I take the ribbon, and you can do however many loops as you like. I am going to start with 4 at the top here. But the main thing is just to make sure the loops stay the same size. That's really important. And I just hold it within my fingers as I make the loops and keep it all together before I scrunch it up like this. I do like an accordion style or like a fan. And then I get my floral wire and I just start wrapping it around the ribbon. So once the wire is secure, by wrapping it around a couple of times, making it tight, so that way when you manipulate the ribbon how you want it, it'll stay put. So I just take my fingers like this and I just separate them and poof them out. And then you can do this different ways. I can show you how to do it like I'm doing it forward and backwards like this. You can keep it all in one single line and just kind of fluff it up that way. Again, like I said, there's no right or wrong way. I'm just showing you 2 different ways, but I'm just going to keep it pretty much straight like this when I add it to the top of the tree. And then I just let the ribbon drop to the floor. I don't pre-cut it. That way I don't waste any ribbon, and I can just kind of attach it to the tree and then decide after that how long I want the tails. Now I'm ready to take the ribbon and attach it to the tree. I'm not using ribbon as a topper, so I'm starting right underneath it, and then I'll just kind of go diagonally down the tree with my ribbon. So I just take the wire and attach it to an inner branch. So if you have an artificial tree, you'll notice that there's cheaper branches that are deep within the base, and those are the ones that I use to secure the wire. If you have a real tree, of course, you would just want to find the most sturdiest branch to do this step, and you just loop it around to make it secure, and then you just kind of move the ribbon how you like it, and then you can make as many tails as you like. I like to leave a big poof, and I apologize you can't see because the entertainment center was in the way, but I promise I'll give you some better close-ups further down the tree so you can see what I'm doing better. And then I'm going to just cut the ribbon in half to make a tail. So now we're just going to repeat the process, but this time I'm going to make a 3-loop bow. So I'm just cutting the ribbon in half again like this to make the tail, and then I'm leaving a little piece again as the tail, and then I'm going to start making my loops. And again, like I said, this one will be 3 loops. I'm going to do 1, and then I'm going to secure it within my fingers again. And then again, the key is to make sure all the loops are the exact same size. I just kind of double check to make sure. And then after I have that, I'm going to take my hands and then make again an accordion style to fold it to attach the wire. As this ribbon is really thick and I'm making really big loops, again, I want to make sure I cut some really long wire. If your ribbon, of course, is smaller or maybe more thinner, you can make a much smaller one. This one is requiring a lot more because it's very thick, like I said, and very well made ribbon. So I'm doing the exact same thing. Once I secure the wire on it, just by turning it a couple of times to secure it tightly. Then I can manipulate the bow how I like it. And I just want these to be really poofy. Again, like I said, just like I did for the top one. And then we'll go attach this one to the tree. And don't forget to stick that tail up before going attach it. And again, I'm leaving the ribbon just drooped to the floor to make sure I don't waste any and make sure it's exactly how I want the tail to be. So because this one was diagonal down the top to the little bit to the left side, I'm going to start here on this side of the tree. And again, I'm grabbing that deep branch within the base of the tree. And then I'm going to wrap it around really secure to the wire to make sure that when I pull on the ribbon, it doesn't fall out. And it's really secure and I can manipulate the ribbon how I like it. The next step is to decide how many tails that you want it cascading down the tree. So again, I'm going to mimic just like I did at the top. I'm going to make one big loop and I just take my hand and just kind of slide it within. You don't want it super tight. You want it to look like a big poofy loop like I'm doing. So just take your hand and stretch out that loop as far as you can, and then take it deep within the tree and tuck it inside again with that cheaper branch on the inside. And then you can make as many as you want. And then once you decide how many loops that you want cascading down, then you take that tail again and you cut it in half. Because this is really good quality ribbon and I'm at the end of the tree, I'm going to show you how to make a really fun ornament with the ribbon. It's so simple. You just take it and you roll it up like that with your fingers, like you would a crescent roll. And then when you're done, you just take the middle ribbon inside that you started rolling and you're just going to slowly pull it down to make a little curly loop like this, and then your ribbon just becomes a beautiful ornament. Show you one more time and make it a little bit tighter, so you can do it loose or tight. It's kind of your preference, but I just think that these are so cute to do, like I said, when you have ribbon, especially at the end of the tree when you don't want to necessarily place an ornament because it's kind of heavy down at the bottom and it would dangle kind of oddly. This is a perfect way to make it look really cute at the bottom of your tree. Now let's make one more 3-loop bow. We're just going to do the same process. So usually at the bottom of the tree you can make 2 and 1 loop, even 1 loops down here, but I'm going to keep it a 3-loop because I'm only going to add a 3 of this beautiful ribbon to the tree, and I want it to show up, so I'm going to add another 3-loop one, and then we're just doing this exact same process, putting a tail, and then I'm at the end of the spool for the ribbon, so I did not leave a tail this time. This is all I have left, but I'll show you a trick of how to add the ribbon, just kind of tucking it in, making it look like one long piece again. So let's do that really quick. You see how I diagonally went all the way down, and then I'm going to zigzag back on this end. Again, like I said, I ran out of ribbon, so I'm just making a fake tail and making it look like one piece. I'm taking it and I'm tucking it really deep within the tree, making it look like it's extending from the loops here. Sliding my hand again in the back of the ribbon to make a really big loop. You don't want it tight, all tucked inside the tree. You want to take your hand and make it a big loop before tucking it again deep within the tree, attaching it with those inner branches. We're going to make one more spiral tail like a crescent roll again, just to show off this beautiful ribbon as an ornament. So now I'm ready to add a second layer of ribbon. This one is a little bit more cheap ribbon, but I still love the color of it. It's pre-made because I've already made it a couple of years ago, and I'm going to add it to my tree again, but you make it the exact same way as we did the first ribbon. So I'm now going to attach it in between the zigzag of the first ribbon and the second one that I put. Again, there is no right or wrong way to add ribbon, but I like to just go in a zigzag diagonal. It just draws your eye down the tree beautifully, so that's why I'm placing it right here. And then I like to do sometimes 2, 3, and even 4 different kind of ribbons on trees. To me, again, it just brings such depth and beauty to it. I like to choose a more bold pattern, or like the gold one, or a plaid, and then a solid one that matches really well with it. And then a translucent, clear, shiny one is usually my top 3. To me, they just play off each other nicely, and having the 3 different colors and dimensions just again draws your eye to the tree in different ways. So this is the ribbon that I had last year, and I'm going to go ahead and reuse it, but you make it the exact same way. But this one is the shiny one, and I am going to just kind of tuck it here and there in between the gold and the solid color one. So I had used these last year also, and I'm going to add them back again because I'm using the same satin ribbon on my mantle and then other areas in my living room. So I am going to put those back on the tree, and they were very simply tied, just like you would tying a shoe into a knot, and then I just secured the wire around it and then secure it directly to the branch. Also made some of these more sheer ones a couple of years ago, so I'm going to add these as well to the tree. Finish adding the bows, but I wanted to quickly show you how to make it. So you literally just tie it in a knot like you would your shoes, and then you can adjust the loops how big and small you want them just by pulling on the tails or pulling on the bow loops. And then once you get it to the desired look that you're wanting, you simply take the wire, wrap it around, and then go attach it to the tree. After I add the ribbon, I like to add all of my floral picks. And these all came from different stores, some Michael's, Hobby Lobby. So I like to shop around for picks and get them at a really deep discount or on clearance. So Hobby Lobby, of course, always has their 50% off. So that's the only time I buy any kind of florals or picks. And then any other stores that have sales or clearances, that's when I go collect my picks for the different seasons. So Christmas is no different. I usually shop outside of the Christmas aisles. If there's a sale, especially during holidays, you can usually buy some really great clearance picks that are not in the exact holiday that you are celebrating or decorating for. So that's just a tip. So now I'm adding all of my beautiful poinsettias. Again, I don't get the same ones. I usually just grab what's on sale, or I like to get them in bundles because you can use a lot of them for a lot cheaper price. I just use wire cutters and make picks out of them. Or sometimes I do buy the singles like this one because they're just so beautiful, but I only, again, buy them at clearance. So as you see, I'm using different ones of styles, textures, and colors. As long as it matches color-wise, I'm okay with having different poinsettias. To me, again, it brings lots of depth and dimension to your tree. Another tip I like to do is taking several picks. Usually they'll come, just one, and it's not a lot. So I will take 3 or 4 of them and bunch them together, and then just take the pick wire that's already on each pick and use one of them to wrap around all of them to make a larger pick from them. And then I like to just tuck them throughout the tree. I'll show you different ways like I'm doing right here. Again, I'm just wrapping it around, and then I like to just go sometimes into the tree where it's hanging diagonally off of a branch, and then sometimes I just like to tuck it in like this to where it's just kind of dancing off of the tree just slightly. So I like to take those picks and stick them very differently, up, down, sideways into the tree again to give it lots of movement and texture. Continue to add and build different picks. Again, I get these on clearance, and normally I'll buy them in really big bunches and then clip them again with wire cutters to make single picks, because again, I like to make my own, and then sometimes I'll take different ones and add them together again for different uniqueness and depth. Now, the fun part of choosing which ornaments to attach to this year's tree. Each year I like to add some kind of ornament that reminds us of our loved ones who has passed on, and that we want to remember each Christmas season. At least for our family, that means a lot to us. And it just brings us joy and peace just knowing that they're still here with us. Those are always a non-negotiable special ornaments that we like to add to our living room and our family room tree, just to again remember those who are no longer with us to celebrate in person, but here with us in spirit. Now I'm just choosing ornaments that will match the theme that I'm going for in this room this year, which is churches, trees, and nativity scenes, and then any ones that will match color-wise: white, gold, champagne, or even some brown tones. So I had bought these beautiful gold stars from Walmart this year, and then the white and the more neutral tan color came from Hobby Lobby. These beautiful gold angel wings that came from Walmart this year. Another tip is I like to switch out the flimsy little ribbon or whatever little hanger that they come with these ornaments, and switch it to the wired ones, because for two reasons. Number one, it helps to manipulate the ornament how you want it to hang or dangle, or even if you want it to be up higher onto the branch, you're able to manipulate it that way. And secondly, you can secure it a lot better than the little flimsy little hangers. So with the smaller balls and ornaments, I'm choosing them with different textures, styles, and colors. So I'm choosing some that are velvet. These are striped. And then again, I'm just placing these all around the tree. I like to use them in bundles of either 4 or 3. Sometimes even I'll do odd numbers of 5. But as long as you are kind of putting them in like a diamond shape or diagonally down the tree. And then again, I like to dangle these on the outside. With the larger balls, I like to tuck them deep within the tree to draw your eye in, but then you want to bring some movement to the outside of the tree, and this is a great way to do that by dangling these balls on the outer branches. Now I want to dangle these beautiful ornaments that I thrifted this year. So now I'm ready to add candles to our tree. I love incorporating candles because it just brings such warmth and beauty to a tree. And I had some that had the gold handles for years, but I used them probably over 10 years, so they're no longer working. So I did have to buy some more, and these are a little bit more bright LED. I couldn't find any of the softer ones, so I'm going to keep looking each year until I find the ones that I hopefully had a couple of years ago to replace. Last thing I'm adding to the tree is these beautiful churches. They're really small, but they came in a pack of 3, and I wanted them to show up, so that's why I waited to add them here last. And for the finishing touch at the bottom of the tree before we add presents, I want to put this joy sign, and I'm making just a really mini bow with a satin ribbon to attach some cedar picks together, and then I'll give you a close-up look of how it all turned out. I think it's so beautiful, and I love the addition with the churches and the stars this year. So let me know what your favorite part of the tree was. Do you like to add ribbon, or do you like just to keep it traditional and just put sentimental or ornaments that were handmade, or do you go all out with picks and ribbon and all the things? I would love to know how you decorate your Christmas tree. So much fun decorating our Christmas tree with you all. It's always such a pleasure to do this on here on YouTube with such amazing people. And let me know that you stop by for a visit and come back and visit me here at Little House on Metairie. So the first thing we are going to decorate together is our entertainment center. So if you don't have an entertainment center, I know it's kind of outdated. This will give you great ideas for style, shelving, or cabinet styling. So I am going to decorate this center shelf right here. It's above our TV area. So keeping with the church theme, I wanted to add a church here, but the one I was going to put was too tall and I would have to have lowered the shelf, and I just didn't want to have to do that. So I switched them out, and I think this one actually looks better because it has the little wreath that matches the other church's little gate decor. So, and then this one, I love the width of it and the height. It just matched better here. So apologize for that, guys. I know I had put out the fireplace mantle and thought it was all done, but I did kind of switch it up. But that's what happens when you got to improvise, and it all worked out. So next, I am adding this base that actually came from the star that I placed on top of our tree. It was a tabletop decor, and I knew it would be a perfect base to add this tree on top of. And then next, I'm adding this cute light up church and some little mini ornament churches that I also put on our tree this year. So the light up church and these little mini church ornaments were bought from Big Lots this year. How this little shelf area came out, and I just want to let you guys know that these beautiful light up trees were bought from Hobby Lobby. So I plan on either doing a nighttime home tour or just a room by room night home tour, because to me it looks so different at night just with everything all lit up. So now let's go and style the shelves that are on each side of the entertainment center. Just like the family room, the first thing I like to add is our nativity scene. It's the reason that we celebrate this season in our family. So I love to put it here on the center shelf to remind us each day what the season is all about. You might recognize this beauty from my shop with me at Home Goods. It came 2 in a pack, so I'm going to add one of these golden tree here, and then this mini white tree, and then I have this sleigh that was in our free bins of stuff. So if this is your first time here, I am known as the person who takes all of your free decor that you're giving away. And my husband actually came home with bins full of free decor. It was just a little bit of home stuff, but a lot of holiday, and this cute sled was in there. So I'm just going to make a really easy little arrangement inside of it with some pine cone picks and some leftover little branches that fall off of wreaths or garlands. I keep those to add to little vignettes. And then I'm going to add some cute little Christmas bells. This top shelf, I'm adding another freebie, this really cute church. I did paint the tops of the rooftops just for Christmas, and then I can always sand them off to use for other holidays afterwards. And then I'm adding this beautiful collection that it has to be at least 20 years old, guys. I bought little piece by little piece of collecting these as the years went on. I don't even remember what the name of them were or where I even got them from. I just remember going and collecting all of them that would come out each year. I think it may have been from one of those little holiday catalogs, or maybe even from Walgreens or a drugstore, but it is definitely pieces that I love bringing out each and every Christmas. I'm ready to decorate a family favorite, this truck that we bought from Hobby Lobby a couple of years ago. And I like to dress it up with the holiday that we are in. And this Christmas, it is going to be a Christmas tree farm. So I am adding these candles in the backdrop, or actually candle trees. And then these cute little trees either came from Hobby Lobby, Dollar Tree, or Village Sets. And then I'm just going to place some little pine cones, and we'll be all done with the Christmas tree farm scene. To mimic the shelf on the other side of the entertainment center, I added this tall white tree, and then I'm putting the second gold one that came in the set from Home Goods, and then another little miniature white tree. And then I decided to spray paint one of the churches from a Village set that we no longer use. I painted it white to coordinate on this side to bring some more churches to this corner of the entertainment center. To the last shelf, I'm adding a variety of gold and white trees. And then I found this cute nativity little manger set last year from Hobby Lobby. It has the lyrics of Joy to the World. And then I'm just placing a little gold deer, and then we're all done styling the shelves. Top of the entertainment center, I like to add some garland with some lights. I've done this ever since we bought the entertainment center, and it's an old garland. I would love to switch over to some new Real Touch cedar, but I'm slowly collecting those because I add a lot of garland throughout my home, so I would need to switch over to a lot of them, but this one's still in great condition here, so we're putting it back. And I'm going to take my time to make sure all the lights are spaced out evenly. And then if you watch my previous videos, this is a step I don't necessarily love to do, but to me it's very worth it, taking the time to take each branch and fluff them back out, especially if they've been sitting in a box or a bin or even a bag. To me, it's a necessary step that I like to take my time with because it just makes such a big difference in the end to the overall look of your garland. So not to be filming every little tedious task, I'm going to stop filming, finish fluffing the garland, and then we'll come back together and decorate it. So now that the tedious part is over of checking all the lights and fluffing out all the branches, it's time to accessorize. So I bought these beautiful star, they're actually ornaments from Kirkland's this year for 50% off, and I want to place one in the center and then one on each side. Finishing touch on the garland, I want to add these white poinsettias. They actually don't match the ones on the tree, but that's okay. I have a whole bunch of different ones, and these came in a big bunch, so I just clipped them and made small picks out of them. It's a lot cheaper that way than buying them individually. The top of the entertainment center, I'm adding these two beautiful gold trees and then an angel. Give them height and show up. I do use DVDs, some old VHS tapes, blocks, anything that will add height up here. So on this side, I'm adding another angel, and then I'm going to remove the crosses because they're not really matching very well. And I'm just going to try to see if I can find some extra Christmas decor, specifically maybe some trees that's tall enough that will show up here. So I'm just going to try a few things. So again, while stepping back and looking up here, I decided to switch out this tree and put it on the corner of the entertainment center and then move the angel back. I'm ready to add two angel figurines. One's really tall, so I think she'll balance well on this side. And then the other one, unfortunately, has a broken arm. So that's a little disappointing, but I don't think it'll show up way up here. I'm going to continue stepping back and just rearranging a few things until it balances out and I'm able to see pretty much everything from different angles in the room. Now let's style some shelves that I have in this corner cabinet in our living room. So I'm adding this thrifted vase back, and then this little sign came from Hobby Lobby. And then I'm adding this cute bell that was my mom's. Next to the bell, I'm adding this star box. It was in our free bins of stuff, and I think it'll match really well with the theme in our living room this year. And I'm placing it on its side so that the top shows. On the next shelf, I'm adding this really cute "Oh Come Let Us Adore Him" sign that I bought from Hobby Lobby last year. And then I'm adding back two more of those thrifted vases. And then I'm just adding a small little reindeer. The next shelf, I'm adding this cute little light up village that I bought from Home Goods last year. To the top shelf, I'm adding this adorable white and gold rocking horse that I bought for clearance last year after Christmas at Dollar General. And then I'm adding these two golden snowflakes that I believe came from Hobby Lobby a couple of years ago. I absolutely love rocking horses, especially this time of year. Adding one last reindeer to this shelf, and now we're going to decorate the top of this cabinet. So I love to decorate on top of this cabinet, and if you watch my fall decorate with me, with the free bins of stuff came these beautiful baskets. So I decided to display a whole bunch of them up here and decorate them for fall, and I want to do the same thing for Christmas. So I'm just adding some really simple gold leaf picks. Bring some green up here, so I'm going to go just cut a few clippings off of a cedar pick I have. And then we're going to tie some little velvet bows. But first, I want to add these two little picks right here in the front of the cabinet. I quickly just tie up some cute little bows to add to the top. And I'm doing it just like you would a shoelace. Now let's decorate the coffee table in the center of the room. I had found these beautiful candle holders while thrifting this fall, and I did just a small little simple paint job on them, and I think that they will still match beautifully for Christmas. And then I'm adding some LED candles that I bought from Hobby Lobby last year. So you might also recognize this bowl. I bought it from a local Goodwill this fall season, and I did a really simple sponge paint method on it with the same color I did the candlesticks. So I'm just going to simply add some picks inside of it and dress it up for the Christmas season. Decided to also add these brown bells, and then these little picks are actually not picks at all. They are pieces that have fallen off a garland or wreaths throughout the years, and I think they make perfect little picks for different vignettes throughout the season. So I save them in a bag when they fall to reuse them. Next, I'm going to add a few of these stars and then some pine cones. So because I have poinsettias around the room, I wanted to add one here, and I only had one of these gold ones. So I decided to try it here, and I think I like it. So I'm going to keep it. And then I'm going to go get a sleigh that was actually red. It was thrifted a couple of years ago, and I spray painted it gold last year. This sled is a perfect place to house all of our remotes here in the living room. And then I'm just adding a few bells. I know I have a cedar pick, but I need to find it, and I want to add that here as well. But in the meantime, I'm adding this candle that's also a single. I don't have a pair for it, and I thought I would try it here. And then I'm going to make a really fast and easy little picture for a frame that was in our free bins of stuff. I'd like to add a family Christmas picture, but until we take one, I decided to add this little vintage paper instead. So if you watch my previous videos, I love to take vintage paper, thrifted paper, clearance paper, even some gift bags and gift wrap, and make very simple and inexpensive table and wall art. I found the cedar picks. I'm just bending the stem so it will fit in the sleigh. And then next I'm adding some more green velvet ribbon that I tied and made bows with earlier for the baskets. I'm going to add one here, and then I'm going to go and tie one each around the candle holders. Next to the cabinet, I'm adding this cute Away in a Manger lyric sign that I bought from Walmart this year. And I was going to make a frame around it just to kind of dress it up, but I think I'm going to add it here, and I don't need a frame now. And I'm just going to dress it up with some little cedar picks, a little pine cone, and a ribbon. To the side table next to our love seat, I'm adding this tall and mini Christmas tree that was bought from at home. I loved the color of it. And then I'm adding this really cute reindeer that I bought at a consignment shop. If you watch my shop with me, I found this cutie. It had a big red ribbon that was pretty, but it didn't match. So I switched it out with this mini pine cone instead. The other side of the room on this end table, I'm adding this beautiful nickel gold tree, and then I have this reindeer. It was actually brown. I've had this for several years, but I spray painted it last year, and then I'm adding another one of these LED candles to match the ones that are on the mantle. Decided to move our living room diffuser to this end table. So if you watch my previous videos, I am a certified aromatherapist who loves to make blends for my family and friends and share those blends with others. And it is so much fun, especially this time of year, to create lots of blends to use in our diffusers, topically, and even to help us throughout the cold and flu season. So I am going to share a really quick and easy essential oil blend that is going to make our homes smell like Christmas, even if we don't have a live Christmas tree or garland. So before I add the blend, I'm going to switch out the reindeer with the diffuser, and then I'm going to go get the amazing smelling blend that I made earlier. Oils that I used in this blend today was black spruce, Siberian fir, and clove. It's not only going to fill my home with a beautiful aroma of fresh Christmas trees, since I have an artificial one, it's also going to help my family's immunity and anyone who has a cold or sniffles, which we're all kind of feeling here and there. So it's cold and flu season, friends. So this is a blend that'll not only, again, like I said, make your home smell amazing, but will help build immunity during this season. I'm adding the light to white, although it's picking up a little bit more of a blue tone in the camera. And then I'm just setting that diffuser to high so that I can inhale the beautiful aroma as I finish decorating. I pre-made a stock blend, which is where you just add all of the oils to one bottle and then drop them directly into the diffuser. Or you can just drop the oils directly inside the diffuser individually. But I will link both of those recipes in the description box below. And because we had a lot to decorate in this living room, I went ahead and added the garland. This is the entrance into our kitchen. So I'm just adding some Christmas poinsettias and then 2 more store ornaments to each corner that I bought from Hobby Lobby, and this beautiful joy sign. For the finishing touches, I'm adding a metal tree Christmas card holder and 2 more LED candles to each sconce on the side of the garland. Let's decorate this side table. It was my grandparents and they have passed away, so I treasure it so much. But the lamp I bought from a local church garage sale, and I added it inside this basket for Easter. And I love to decorate the basket for the different holidays, so we're going to do it for Christmas as well. So I'm adding this pick, and I'm going to go get some more picks to add to it. But first, we're going to make a really easy table art. So I got a little picture frame, and we are going to make a very fun, inexpensive art. So if you watch my previous videos, I love to buy any kind of clearance paper anytime I go shopping, or wrapping paper or gift boxes. There is so many different ways that you can make art, from really simple things like that, even gift bags. So I'm just taking the box. I've already cut just the top part off, and then I grabbed the glass piece so I can measure, and then I'm just cutting it to match the frame. You're just going to stick it inside the frame, and you have beautiful table art. I've also done this for wall art. And what I love about it is when you buy gift boxes, gift bags, wrapping paper, there's so many different beautiful options, so you can really create beautiful art this way. So next I went get the picks, and we're just going to add them to the basket. And then I have 2 really cute pine cones. They're actually ornaments that I think I'm going to tuck in here as well. So I am adding this beautiful, unique tree that I found at a local consignment shop with my shop with me, so you might recognize it. Now I'm going to go and just paint the white frame. We're going to use this antique gold and some antique wax from Waverly, and then I'm just going to mix them together until I'm happy. I want to make it look like old gold, so that's what we're going to do really quickly because I think it'll be really beautiful, especially with the art that we just made on the table. Now I'm ready to decorate another piece that I treasure, this antique desk that was my other set of grandparents who also passed away. So I am making another little fun frame out of this gift bag that I cut up. It's actually a picture of Santa Claus because we are going to create Santa Claus's desk. And last year I created this desk to be where Santa Claus sits down and writes out his naughty and nice list. So let's do that again. We already added his picture, and then I added the oil lamp, which was also a thrift shop with me find. If you watch my previous videos, you'll recognize that again. And then I'm adding this really cute little light where Santa is going to sit down to write his list. Next, I'm adding these little cute sacks that we bought from Dollar General. So Santa needs his feather pen to write out the list, so I'm going to add this next. I bought this from Amazon. So I'm going to add this little scroll of Santa's list that I made last year. The scroll remained in pretty decent shape, so I'm going to reuse it. But here I'm just adding a piece of rope that I took off of a sign that I'm going to add to our fireplace mantle that I'll show you guys later. But I'm going to just add this little rope because I love the color on it. Next, I'm adding this pine cone garland. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it here at Santa's desk, but it just reminds me of something you would see in the North Pole. I haven't personally been invited there, but I would just assume that this is something I would see, as all of the movies and the depiction of the North Pole looks like. Next, I'm adding this really cute pillow with Santa's picture on it as well. Next, I'm going to quickly decorate a Christmas tree in our bedroom. I've always wanted one in here, especially a flocked one, because I don't have any other flocked trees in my home. So this was a perfect opportunity to add it here in our bedroom. And to save time, I'm not going to do a full tutorial on this tree. I'll just talk you through what I'm doing really quickly. So first, I'm adding this star, and I like to attach the star at the top with some zip ties, and then next I'm going to wrap around this beautiful garland that I bought from Hobby Lobby 2 years ago. Next, I'm going to add some ornaments. I'm only going to use 3 different styles. This one, and I have some beautiful crochet starflake ones, and then I have some round beaded ones. All of these were bought from Hobby Lobby. Now I'm taking this velvet ribbon that I bought from Amazon, and I'm just making some little tiny bows like this, and then I'm going to go hang them around the Christmas tree. Finishing touch on the tree, I'm just adding these cream and green beaded garlands. Next, we're going to decorate this fireplace. I've always wanted one in here. It's one of the rooms in this home that does get pretty cold in the winter time. So we are an above the ground home, especially this part of the house, and it does get cold with the wood floors. So a fireplace definitely was something that I wanted to add, and I found this one on Facebook Marketplace, so we did a really easy DIY. I'll talk about that and show you guys one day when it's not a holiday and so busy. But I added these cute stockings. I keep some command hooks up here because I usually keep it decorated pretty much year round. And then next I'm adding this cute garland that came from Hobby Lobby. So this is the sign that I told you about earlier that I took the rope off of. It was actually attached here. So this I bought from Dollar General, and I thought it'd match really cute. It actually has gold letterings that says meet me under the mistletoe, so I thought that was real sweet. And then it has like some green velvet background on it, so I knew it would match here perfectly with all the green. And then I will be pulling in some green velvet and some pillows later, so I'm going to add that here on top of the mantle with this little plate rack holder. And this was in our free bins of stuff. We had a huge bin of just these little holders. My husband came home with some free things. He scored well, guys, and I'm reusing one here. So next I'm adding a wreath. I like to put one here, usually just to hide the cords, but we have two of them that hangs from the TV right here. But one day I want to go get those little cord hiders that you snap on. But until then, I like to just add a wreath. And then I'm going to add some really cute velvet trees. I did buy these new this year at Hobby Lobby because I thought they would match really well with the velvet sign. And then a tiny little gold tree that says Noel came from Dollar General. So next I'm adding these cute little green velvet deer. They came from Dollar General. It was $1 a piece, but it was buy one, get one free. So they came out to 50 cents a piece. And it was also an ornament. So as you see, I took off the top, and I'm going to just get some cedar and tuck it inside just to kind of hide the part where the hanger was supposed to go. It may not be the best solution, but it's what I have right here on hand. So I'm just sticking that in there, and we can always clean it up and dress it up another way, another time. Sacks from the Dollar General was also buy one, get one free. So I'm adding two here. Next to the fireplace, I'm adding these beautiful LED candles. I love the soft glow to them. Not sure if the camera's picking up how pretty they are and realistic. And then I'm just going to take some more of the green velvet ribbon, just like I did on the tree, and tie little mini bows here on the candles. Before we decorate the dresser, I'm doing another picture frame with this cute gift bag. This I bought from Walmart, so you might recognize it from my shop with me there. And I knew it would be beautiful here in the bedroom, so I'm making another one of these beautiful art with a gift bag inside of this frame. Before we decorate the top of the dresser, I'm going to add this cute garland. These came from Hobby Lobby. I have quite a few of them, so I'm going to add one here, and I'm going to use the other ones to decorate our bed with. And then on top of the dresser, I'm adding these two beautiful trees, which also came from Hobby Lobby. I'm ready to add the beautiful art we just made from a gift bag. Between the trees, I'm adding this candle lamp. It's really a candle at the top of it. I've never lit it because I wanted to keep it for a long time. So it's just decoration to me now. And then I'm adding another one of these Santa sack and reindeers. So now let's decorate this peg rack that is at the entrance of our bedroom. I like to switch it out from each holiday and season. So I'm just taking an extra one of these beads that I did not use for the tree and just kind of add it here to the peg rack just to tie the room together. I just want to dress up this basket, so I'm starting it off by adding this simple pick. Next, I want to add this really cute star. I bought these from Hobby Lobby this year. Next, I want to add a treasured gift, which was from one of my sons, this beautiful stocking that says Mom. Next, I'm adding two of my favorite scarves that I like to use in the winter. This beautiful white one that a friend of mine had monogrammed for me, and then another beautiful green one. It's really soft, and I love to wear it this time of year. I'm adding one more small pine cone right here just to fill in the gap. And then I'm going to get a gift tag that actually came off of the bag that I made the art with earlier. And I thought it'd be really pretty to hang right here. So I have this beautiful vintage Christmas paper that I bought from Hobby Lobby, and we're going to choose another print from in here that'll match the room well, because I want to add it to this frame. If you visited my channel before, you might recognize this old frame that we found at our home, and I love to switch it out for the different seasons that we're in. And I want to add this print. I think it'll match really well, and usually I just use some glue sticks, or in this case, I'm going to add a few drops of hot glue because I have it plugged in already for something else that I needed to fix. I've added it back in its place, and I made a really cute velvet ribbon to just dress it up a little bit more this Christmas. Next to the peg rack, I moved my grandparents' washstand to accommodate the Christmas tree. So we're just going to simply decorate it. I've added these LED candles and then this star that I bought from Hobby Lobby. And then I'm just going to place some pine cones. Bottom picture, I'm adding just one simple pick and then some pine cone picks. And then I'm just going to place two more pine cones in the front, and then we're all done decorating the washstand. Of our door to the closet, we have this little lattice area where I want to add a bow with some pine cones, and I have an extra one that I'm going to add above the dresser. The top of this armoire, I'm adding this "Oh Come Let Us Adore Him" sign, some consignment shop candle holders that you might recognize, some LED white candles on top of them, and I'm just going to add some more green velvet bows to tie everything together. Side table, I'm adding this tall tree and then a joy sign that actually has a green velvet on the front of it. It's so beautiful. I bought the joy sign from Joann's, and the tree and this sign that I'm going to hang on the wall I bought from Hobby Lobby a couple of years ago. To this wall, I'm hanging another Hobby Lobby sign and then another tall tree on this end table. Above the bed, I added another wreath, just like I did above the fireplace. It matches. And then I'm adding this picture. Next, I'm going to drape this garland that was similar to the one I draped across our dresser. And I'm just going to do it right here along the wrought iron portion of our canopy. And then I have one more that I'm going to do in the front of the bed. Next, I'm going to drape one more right underneath the first one. It's just more of like a jeweled one. It'll be really pretty together. Front of the bed, I'm going to add this throw blanket I bought from Target a couple of years ago. It's not long enough to stretch all the way across, but that's okay. I still love the color. So I'm adding this beautiful Mary pillow that I bought from Kirkland's. Each side of the pillow, I'm going to add these green velvet ones. I bought just the covers off of Amazon a couple of years ago. The front of the bed, I'm adding one more of these bell garlands, and then inside this basket, I'm putting this cute Christmas tree pillow, and these cute plaid ones came from Kirkland's this year for their doorbuster clearance, and then I believe this one came from Home Goods as well. Adding one more little mini Christmas tree that you might recognize from my Walmart shop with me. And then to the table that I repurposed, that was my grandparents, I'm adding this really pretty tree that I bought from Hobby Lobby and one more of these stars. For the finishing touch of the room, I'm adding this tray, and then I'm just putting some Balsam Hill magazines that I like to browse through, especially this time of year, and adding an LED candle, and then we're all done, friends. We'll go around and see how it all turned out. Friends, we are all finished decorating the room. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. I love taking you guys along with me as I get to decorate. It's so much fun, and it feels like I'm walking around chatting with my friends. I've already put up the garland around the door, but we're going to dress it up together. So I love the garland. It's the perfect base for any of my holiday decor, especially Christmas. So I'm going to dress it up with this banner. We're going to keep it very simple today and just put this banner and a few bells. That I have the two red bells flanked on each side of the banner, I'm going to actually take this bell garland from Hobby Lobby and cut them up. I'm counting, I think I'm going to do 4 draped across the center and then 4 down each side. So on each side, I decided to cut them up into singles and just kind of spread them apart, 4 on each side. Above our door, we have these transom windows, and I don't want to leave it bare, so I'm just going to add this swag. And then I have 2 fairly large bells that I'm going to put on each side of it. Now I'm going to add these beautiful swags that I bought from TJ Maxx this year. You might recognize them from my TJ Maxx Shop With Me. So I have nothing against buffalo check, but I don't really have any other decor to match it. So I originally was going to switch out these ribbons to another one that I'm using throughout the porch. But because we're pressed for time, I'm not going to worry about that. And I think they'll still look pretty with all the other decor here on the porch. On this end of the porch, I have this wrought iron piece that's above our sitting area. So I just want to add this rather large wreath. It has some white lights on it, and I'm just going to simply hang some bells that I bought at Walmart this year in the center of it. Each side of the little love seat area, I have these 2 trees. I bought these years ago from Big Lots, so they are old and they are a hot mess, but I'm still going to use them. They're really pretty when they're all lit up in the evenings. Now let's decorate the table in the conversation area. I'm adding this table runner. It's not the one I'm going to keep here. I'm just using it as a visual for right now until I find the one I want to use. I have 2 that I used on this porch last year I want to reuse. So until I find that, we'll just make this one work. So I'm adding this beautiful bird cage that you might recognize if you watch my Christmas shop with me. I found it at a local consignment shop. And then the little bucket I bought for 90% off of At Home's after Christmas sale last year. I added the bucket to this thrifted tray that I bought from a local Goodwill, and then I'm adding some pine cones and these 2 birch LED candles. The candles I bought from Amazon a couple of years ago. This cabinet was my grandparents. They passed away, so I treasure it so much. And we have it here on the porch to put our garden supplies. So I'm just putting this cute tree that I bought from Hobby Lobby inside this dollar thrifted tin. And then I'm going to get a schoolhouse that was red. I painted it white this summer and I'm adding it back. I do still want to find the table runner, the second one that I was telling you about earlier. This is the other place I want to put it when I do find it. But first, I'm going to get some batteries to add to this adorable lantern. How cute is this when it's all lit up? I bought this from Hobby Lobby this year. Next, I'm adding this sled that my husband and I thrifted 2 summers ago, and we knew it would be perfect for our front porch at Christmas time. In front of the door, I'm adding this mat that I bought from Walmart, so you might remember it from my Walmart Shop With Me and haul. And then I'm adding this tin that I bought again at Homes after Christmas clearance sale, so it was 90% off. So for under $5, it was a great deal. And then I'm putting this poinsettia inside of it. And then next to that, I'm adding this really cute lantern that I bought from Hobby Lobby a couple of years ago. On this side of the door, I'm adding this sign. We had a fence that fell a couple of years ago. It was a cypress fence, and I didn't want the wood to go to waste. So I made a whole bunch of DIY signs, and this is one of them. And next to the sign, I'm adding this milk can that our sweet previous owners that built our home left us. And then I'm adding this side table to accommodate the trees. I had to move it, and putting this lantern that the sled was blocking earlier. I'm adding it right here with some berry picks, adding another beautiful poinsettia on top of the milk can. And then I'm adding one more lantern. This one is metal. It lights up and it says Merry Christmas. I bought this from Home Goods a couple of years ago. Next to our front door, I have this ledge that was given to me. I spray painted it black a couple of years ago, and I'm adding this bird cage and this really cute bell that I bought from Hobby Lobby. And on top of the cabinet, since I moved the lantern, I have more space to add another one of these beautiful berry garlands in front of the joy tree. Let's decorate this wall planter. So if you watch my previous videos, anytime I have some pieces that'll fall from a garland or a wreath, I save them in a bag, because to me, when you layer them like this, they make really inexpensive picks to add to different planters or vignettes. It's time to add some pillows. I'm adding a Believe one to this chair and then a Joy one on this chair. Both of these were bought from Hobby Lobby. And then my husband came home with a whole bunch of free decor from a friend, and these pillows were in it. So I'm adding them to this love seat. I'm going to decorate this thrifted wall shelf. I'm adding a pine cone. It was not free from nature, this one. I actually bought it from Hobby Lobby. And then I'm adding this really cute tree. I bought a couple of these this year for $5 at Kirkland's clearance doorbuster sale. So here are the other trees. I bought them to line them up along this staircase. So one day I would love to give you a backstory of our home and just kind of share with you the purpose of these stairs on our porch and some other really neat things about this special home that is near and dear to our hearts. I added one more to the bottom stair, and then I did staple them in place because it can get pretty windy up here. And then next I'm adding these red beads to this tree that my sweet neighbor blessed us with. Under the tree, I'm adding these 2 light up presents. I think these were bought from Big Lots, but it's been a few years. Next, I'm adding this really cute ladder that I love to decorate with here on our porch. And I'm just going to add some presents and a red and white lantern. Next to the ladder, I'm adding this crate that my friend gave me. I flipped it upside down, and I'm going to lay down some fake snow on top of it because we are going to add the cutest snowman that you might recognize from my Walmart Shop With Me. I absolutely love him. He looks so cute and so vintage. Seriously, guys, how cute is he? Next to him, I'm adding another pine cone that I bought from Hobby Lobby. Then I'm putting this cute tin that I thrifted for $1 this year. And I'm just adding a little battery-operated tea light candle inside of it. And then we're going to add one small berry pick and a present. And I think this turned out precious. We are quickly losing daylight, so I will come back out tomorrow and give you better video of how it all turned out. Now we're going to decorate this planter. I also DIY'd this a couple of years ago. It's a dual-sided sign. The other sign I usually have up here says welcome, that I've been decorating for the past holidays, and I have since then turned it around to this one for Christmas, and I'm just going to simply add some pics inside of it. Like I said, we are losing daylight, so we're going to finish up right here by adding this cute ornament sign that I bought from Kirkland's, and then we're going to add this manger to the front of the cabinet, and then we'll come back out tomorrow and finish up. Okay, friends, it is a new day, and we just have a few finishing touches to wrap up the Christmas front porch. So you might recognize this bow from a dollar wreath that I thrifted this year. I just removed the bow, and I'm adding it to this lantern. And then I want to give you a close-up look of what we finished last night in the dark, so you can see it better during the day. I also found the table runners I was looking for and added it to the cabinet already. So I'm going to give you a close-up look of how it all turned out. So before we wrapped it up last night, we did add these Merry Christmas signs that we put above our windows here on the porch. And then we add these wreaths to our windows. The wreaths I bought from Walmart last year, and I did rebuy some fresh ribbon and remade the bows to hang them with this year from Michael's. Now I'm adding the second table runner that I originally wanted to use here on this table. To the porch swing, I'm adding this fuzzy blanket to cuddle up with on those cold, chilly evenings, and then I'm adding 2 pillows. The front of the stairs, I added another DIY sign I made out of the fence that fell during the storm, and I would love to show you how to make these if y'all would be interested. They're really fun to do. Under the sign, I'm adding this Santa riding a polar bear. It's really cute and vintage looking. I don't even know where we got this. I have no clue, but it is one of my favorite things to add to our porch during the Christmas season. Next, I'm going to add this Merry Christmas ornament to this hanger here. I bought this from Hobby Lobby 2 years ago. After adding the ornament, I realized that you can't see the cute snowman and the ladder, so I'm going to move this chair back to this side. So the last few things we're going to do is add a poinsettia to each of our front planters upon entering the porch, and then I'm going to add a Noel flag on this hanger, and then we'll do a full tour of how it all turned out. Well, friends, I sure hope that you enjoyed going back to last year's Christmas decorating and enjoyed this marathon and got lots of inspiration and ideas for the upcoming Christmas season. I definitely enjoyed reminiscing and going back and getting some ideas for this year just to change things up. I like to do that. I do reuse a lot of decor. Over the past years, we have been so blessed by people giving us free decor, from neighbors to family to friends. So we are so blessed beyond words that people know that I love to decorate, so they'll pass down a lot of their decorations to me and I never turn it down. So I have a lot of mix matched stuff, things that I buy specifically for a certain theme or color that I like to use. So I just go through all the bins and just come up with ideas from year to year. I may have something that I'll think about, but really don't have an idea of how I'm going to decorate until each year comes. So I like to look back to get some ideas for the upcoming year. I sure hope that you enjoyed coming along with me. We'll be kicking off this year's Christmas Decorate With Me series with some shopping, DIYs, and decorating. So if you have not already done so, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss the upcoming Christmas series. Until next time, friends, bye for now.